What's up YouTube, Awesome Yugi here, and today we're finally here with a deck profile on Masked Heroes, and this definitely took me way too long to get around to, but yeah, it's finally here, so I'll show you the deck list, and it's actually kind of standard, but yeah, you know, I'll show you the cards and I'll explain some of the choices that I made, and then we'll go from there. So the monsters, triple Shadow Mist, first for the hero monsters, double Bubble Man and a 1 alias. This is all the hero monsters that I'm running. This is pretty self-explanatory in my opinion. Of course you're going to run your triple Shadow Mist, get you to your Darklaw place, which is pretty much a win condition. Then instead of 3 Bubble Mans, I'm running 2. You have a lot of searchability in this deck, and I didn't really like the triple Bubble Man because I was drawing multiple Bubble Mans, which definitely something you do not want to do. So instead of running the triple Bubble Man, I implemented a alias, or instead of like three Bubble Mans and the alias, but I don't think a lot of people do that. I think like 6 heroes is pretty standard, but I kind of like the alias for the later game. I'm actually not running Miracle Fusion, which is usually what you would see with the alias. But you can go for Koga plays, which can potentially out Clifford Towers, for example. But just the 1900 normal summon beat stick can be pretty good later in the game. So what you could do is replace it with for example, like Thunder King, but alias is a bit more versatile, being that you can go with a Mask Change play, which can actually just normal summon alias, kicking directly in, and Mask Change from Koga can actually put down a lot of damage, even going for game. So I did like playing the alias as well. So that's it for the hero monsters. Then your enablers, double Summoner Monk and double Goblinberg. So that's it for the entire monster lineup. That's 10 monsters in total, which definitely I think like for decks like Satellar's and heroes, it's probably like the number to go to. 25% of your deck is going to be monsters, which means that about 1 or 2 cards in every opening hand are going to be monster cards, and you don't really want to see more monsters in your opening hand to begin with. So yeah, that's pretty good. And of course these, like I call them enablers, make it so you can get your Shadow Mist out either from the hand or from the deck, and search out by special summoning him, and then search out your Mask Chains, so you can go into Darklaw. And of course they enable some cool rank 4 plays as well, which Bubble Man does it as well. So that's the monsters. Then the spells, triple a hero lives. This is pretty much a 1-card Darklaw. Paying half your life points isn't that big of a deal because you play a lot of defense. Darklaw, of course, on its own is a pretty defensive monster, but he isn't that big. But I am running an incredible amount of traps, as well as defensive, a defensive spell at least. So putting yourself at a low life point isn't going to be that big of a deal. Triple hero lives, absolutely staple. Triple Mask Change, staple as well. Mask Change with the Shadow Mist for Darklaw or Anki. Bubble Man for Acid, and then of course the alias for Koga, as I mentioned before. And this also gets you some big pushes out. You can just, you know, in the battle phase you can Mask Change when you have the Shadow Mist upon, you know, the stuff upon your opponent searching a card, chain the Mask Chains, pick a card from their hand with the Darklaw. You can really break this card, even if you're opening 2 of these, you know, Darklaw and Darklaw, all that kind of stuff. Triple Reinforcement. This searches everything except for Summoner Monk, with Goblinberg. Can be searched through Rhoda as well. So I'm not running emergency call, because with these 3 and the 6 heroes, you have, and Summoner Monk as well, you have enough consistent access to your hero monsters, and you don't want to have emergency call as well, since that would supplement a monster in your hand. And like I said, you don't want to have more than 2 monsters in your hand at any given point. Or at any time. So triple Rhoda, no emergency call. I do run triple Upstart, but that's just for consistency, getting to Summoner Monk, Goblinberg, making sure that you can put down Darklaw every first turn. And I am running 1 Musk Charge. Now this card is an incredible power card in the mid to late game, making sure that you consistently can keep Darklaw on board. But he has a terrible draw in the opening game. I decided to go between Master Charge or the Miracle Fusion, both which enhance your late game but definitely weaken your early game. And then I felt like this was definitely superior over Miracle Fusion, because Miracle Fusion also puts pressure on your extra deck, meaning you have to commit spots in the extra deck for Miracle Fusion, and this doesn't. This is stuff you're already running. So the Master Charge definitely superior over Miracle Fusion in my opinion. And then the Raigeki and the Book of Moon, the defensive spells. Then the traps, and these are a lot. Of course, Triple Call of the Haunted, staple in Heroes. I'm not running Oasis, but you could go with Oasis as well. But of course, the Call of the Haunted, special summoning, Shadow Mist makes it so you can search another Mask Exchange. Or you can search Mask Exchange again, at least. Once again, this helps for Darklaw plays. You can just bring back Darklaw, put pressure on it. Yeah, of course, you cannot bring back Darklaw, but with the when you use, or at least not directly. What I'm trying to say is, when you summon Darklaw, you probably, or you should have your Gaia Engrave, your Shadow Mist, and then bring back Shadow Mist, get the Mask Charge, and then you have a Darklaw play. Again, double Fiendish Chain for some effect negation, double Mirror Force, double Mind Crush. Mirror Force actually pretty good with this, especially when you have the Darklaw out, because then you banish everything, so there's like a Dimensional Prison for every attacking monster. Mind Crush kind of relevant, as well as the Fiendish Chains to play around Trishula, because you can get Trished when you're opening too many monsters. It's pretty easy to set all your spells and traps, of course, but when you're opening like with 3 monsters, and yeah, that's going to be a problem pretty much. Even 2 can be a problem when you're opening like Alias. With the Shadow Mist, for example, you can only commit 1 of these to the field, and then you can get Trish, so these helps with Trishula. And Mind Crush kind of is cool with Darklaw as well. Because Darklaw, of course, picks at random. So when your opponent's searching, let's say you're playing Necros, they're searching a Kaleidoscope, Darklaw activates, and you randomly banish something, and you see that isn't a Kaleidoscope, you can still use the Mind Crush, which can be pretty helpful. But definitely, when you don't have the Darklaw, this is just something to fall back on. And then for some one-offs, or a lot of actually, I play Compulse, Bottomless, Ring of Destruction, Torrential, Warning, and Emptiness. Everything except for Torrential is like 100% staple in my opinion. Or no, not really, but for Heroes, let's put it like that. You know, this helps with Burning Abyss and Shaddoll, both of which can be difficult matchups. Bottomless helps with Clifford, which is definitely probably the worst matchup. Ring of Destruction, I really like in this deck. Just more defensive spot removal, and like I said, Darklaw being only 2400, cards like these are very, very relevant. Solemn Warning, in my opinion, is like a staple, but can be a tricky card with a hero lives. Emptiness, 100% staple in Heroes. Torrential, it's one of those traps that can be extremely powerful when you don't have, when you weren't able to put down a board yourself. So when you don't have any monsters, Torrential can be there to help you out. So that's the main deck for the cards, of course. The extra deck, we have triple Darklaw. You can easily go Darklaw into Darklaw. So triple Darklaw, you're going to make like a lot, so that's absolute staple. The one Anki for the Battle Phase shenanigans. The one Acid, of course, with Bubbleman, and the one Koga. Acid actually can be really strong, it's definitely a pressure play as well. And then we're just playing some generic Rank Force, playing Axiton as well, Steel Swarm Roach, the broadest of destruction. Steel Swarm Roach can really help with some matchups that might not be the easiest. For example, Infernoids. Infernoids can be a really uphill battle when you don't have a first turn Darklaw, because then they already have stuff engraved and their stuff is bigger than Darklaw pretty much. And they don't actually search, so the only relevant effect is banishing stuff. But like I said, when you don't have the first turn Darklaw, Steel Swarm Roach can definitely be helpful. That goes to Emerald, recycling your Shadow Mists and Bubblemans. Another reason why you don't really need to play triple Bubbleman. Silent Orc, Castell, spot removal. Excalibur, another Towers Out Dweller, definitely one of the better cards in the extra deck for heroes as well. Blade Armor Ninja for some big damage pushes and potential OTKs actually. And then Giant Hand is another defensive rank 4. So that's the deck. In the comment section down below, let me know what you think of this deck. What changes would you make, if any? How you feel like this deck is going to develop in the future, because right now this is definitely a good deck, but that's also because Nekros is the best deck, and this deck of course has a really good Nekros matchup with Darklaw just being a huge problem for the deck. But let's say Nekros gets hit that much that they aren't going to be like even a tier 1 deck, then how do you feel like this deck is going to do when the Pendulums, for example, are going to be a bigger thing? Because Darklaw can have issues with Pendulum-based decks. So yeah, in the comment section down below, let me know all the stuff you think about that. And I'll see you guys with the next video, which I have absolutely no idea what's going to be on yet. I'm trying Red Eyes, but I can't promise you anything on that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.
Bye!